Hi, my name is Brittany Hunt, and I'm a member of the Lumbee tribe of North Carolina. Today, I am at GPAC at the beautiful University of North Carolina at Pembroke, and I'll be reading my children's book, Whoz Ya People, with illustrations by Bea Brayboy. It was Henry's first day at a new school, and he was nervous as could be. He said, "Mama, Daddy, what do I do if no one talks to me?" His daddy said, "Son, don't worry." His mama said, "Baby, please don't cry. How could the kids not like you when you're my favorite guy?" So he got ready, put on his clothes, and prepared for his first day at his new school, and as he walked in, he tried to shake his nerves away. His teacher's name was Miss Locklear, and she talked just like his mama, and he could tell from one look at her that she weren't up for no mess nor no drama. She said, "Hello, Henry, take a seat. We're about to get into the lesson." His mama looked at her and said, "He's a ball of nerves, honey. He really has been stressing." And that right there, that small exchange, put his nerves at bay. Did his mama know his teacher? Would she look after him today? He didn't have the time, though, to worry with all that. She quickly started with reading, then science, then history, then math. He then thought, "My teacher knows my mom, but I bet no one else knows who I am." And then he met the janitor, whose name was Mr. Sam. He said, "Henry, I knew your Grandma Hazel. She lived in Saddle Tree, and she sewed the finest quilts that I did ever see. And your Grandpa Jerry made the best cornbread that I have ever ate. And once, a long, long time ago, I took your Aunt Rhoda out on a date. But please don't tell your Uncle Earl, boy, he might kill me out. But son, it's sure good to see you. You'll do good here, I have no doubt." And later on in the day, when he met Miss Oxendine, she said, "Boy, who's your people? And welcome to the land of the people of the pine. Them hunts in Fairmont, you said, off Five Forks? Boy, them hunts down there's a mess. I'm real good friends with your daddy's folk, but I just heard the bell. I think it's time for recess." Henry walked outside thinking, how do these people know all my kin? I've had about 10 people say, "Boy, I know your mama and them." And once he got outside, he met a new friend named Paxton. This little boy was so funny and told him he was named after Maxton. And not long after, he met a little girl named Peyton, who said, "Boy, ain't we cousins? You got to come over and play sometime. You like toys? Well, I got dozens." And at the end of the day, an elder named Mr. Jim came to read a book as planned. He told them about the Battle of Hayes Pond and how Lumbees always defend their land. Henry's heart filled with pride. He thought, maybe I do belong. He started to see he wasn't alone. He had a whole people to make him strong. And later on, the elder said, "Son, come sit with me a spell. I know your family real, real good. I know that you'll do well. Henry, Henry, don't you know there's much power in your kin? And when we ask who's your people, we want to know who you are and who you've always been. Now go on now, get on the bus, tell your mama and them I said hey. I'll probably see you at church this week or at Fuller's on Sunday." Henry walked off so amazed, saying bye to Mr. Jim, thinking these really are my people. They know me and I know them. Thank you. I wrote this book because as a child and even now, I was an avid reader, and I still am. And one of the things that I noticed when I read children's book when I was smaller is that there were never any Native characters, and there certainly were never any Lumbee characters. And so I wanted to create a book that reflected the way that I see myself and reflected the way that I see Lumbee people as teachers, as parents, as scared little children starting a first day at their school, as preachers, as elders, as defenders of our land. And so I wanted to create something that represented all the ways that we are and all the strengths that we possess. This book was written for all of the Lumbee readers like myself, and especially all of the Lumbee children. So I dedicated it specifically to my niece and nephew, Paxton and Peyton. They are in the 3rd and 2nd grade, respectively, and I wanted to create something that they could be proud of and something that they could read and see themselves reflected in. And they literally are in the book. There are pictures of them that Miss B drew based on a picture that I gave her, and so they are in the book themselves. I approached Bea Brayboy for the illustrations because I love Miss B personally, and also a little fun fact is we pledged the sorority Alpha Pi Omega at the same time, so we pledged in the summer of 2014, and I knew that she was a beautiful illustrator. She's created a few different pieces for me, And I wanted to have a Lumbee artist to create to create the illustrations. And she really brought life to the book. Without her, it would just be words on a page, but she breathed life into it and created beautiful illustrations. I named my book Who's Your People because it's a very common Lumbee greeting. The Lumbee tribe of North Carolina is the largest tribe east of the Mississippi River and the largest tribe in North Carolina. We have a very specific form of the English language, a specific Lumbee dialect that you may have heard as I was reading the book or as I even speak now. Who's Your People is a greeting amongst Lumbee people that you might ask the first time you meet another Lumbee person. It's a way we connect ourselves to each other. So in Western culture, a lot of times people will ask you, where do you work or where did you go to school? And those are also important questions. But for Lumbee people, the most important thing to us is how do we connect to each other? How do I know you? Do we have a common connection? Are we kin, potentially? Who do you know that I know? And so it's a very important question, and it's a question that we ask often. Reading can help expand your horizons. It can help you see the world outside of your own. It can also help you develop empathy. So if you're reading a book and a character thinks a certain way that maybe you don't think, it can help you kind of understand why people think the way they think. It can also help expand your vocabulary. It can also give you a vacation while sitting in the comforts of your home. I remember many, many, many Saturday mornings when I was a child going to the beauty shop with my mama, having hair rollers in my hair, and nose deep in a book, just completely transfixed by the words of the author and imagining myself in the places and in the situations that the characters were in. So I think reading is an important vehicle for us to expand our imaginations and imagine ourselves outside of ourselves. Who's my people? So my people are from Fairmont, Lumberton, and Roland primarily. So my grandparents are Sonja and Jerry Hunt, and they are from Fairmont, from Five Forks specifically. And my daddy's name is Ron Hunt. He's their son. And my maternal grandparents are named Hazel and Haywood Johnson. My grandmother, Hazel, was from Roland, but lived in Lumberton all of my life. And my mom's name is Cordella Chavis, and she lives in Lumberton as well. And they are all my people, and I'm proud that they're mine, and I'm proud that I'm theirs.